Alright, guys. It is Thursday, January 13th, 2022 at 4:42 p.m. Alright, let's start with the Bible verse. We got a dailyverses.net verse of the day. It says, "The prophecy never had its origin in the human will, but prophets, though human, spoke from God as they were carried along by the Holy Spirit." 2 Peter 1:21. Alright, let's start. We have a alleged concrete wall appears to be going up around the White House. So we have a possibility of a new wall around the White House. As you see here is a concrete wall being constructed around the White House. Several photos and videos have surfaced on social media that show what appears to be a temporary concrete barrier being erected around the White House. You see here people with the little tractors moving the little wall bits and moving them in position. And then here we have, as many I expect, many are questioning why the barrier is being put around the White House of the U.S. president. Some are saying that the U.S. government is preparing for some type of chaos in the near future, while others note that there are many celebrations going on in D.C. in the weeks ahead. Or is there an event coming to the lawn of the White House and extra security measures are being taken? Who knows? It says, whatever the case, we are too curious as to why a temporary wall will be going up around the White House. And then they have the image there of the White House. Let me zoom in so you guys can see better. Alright, so you see there the barriers coming up around the White House fence. The little wall being built. Who knows exactly why they need to erect a wall around the White House? Something that I found quite interesting today. Alright, next. We got the National Guard. We have Oregon Guard helps respond to COVID surge at 40 hospitals. Also, we have Georgia National Guard assist with COVID-19 response. So we're having a lot of National Guard going out to many states. I believe up to 21 states now have the National Guard active in them. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind, and that there's 21 states that have National Guards active. Next, can't find pasta or cat food? One supermarket chain says CEO says empty shelves are here to stay. So the possibility of empty shelves being a norm or a normal status for right now is what they're saying could be possible. It says social media sites are full of photographs of empty grocery store shelves, and the head of the biggest U.S. supermarket chain says the situation will take weeks to improve. So we got Albertsons company has been expecting that supply outages will be improving by now, but Omicron has put a bit of a dent in that. Chief Executive Officer said on Tuesday, as a result, the company is still contending with a range of products that are out of stock after months of similar headaches. So not a lot of food. This is from Michael Martin saying, "This is wild, the dairy case at my local store." So there's very little or no milk in the local dairy section. There's a lot of stores that are lacking. So that's something else that we have to contend with now that all this is happening with COVID. So we got COVID, we got the National Guard in states, we have a wall going up at the White House, and food lacking. It's stacking up, guys. Also, the Supreme Court blocked Biden's COVID vaccine rule for companies, allowing mandate for healthcare workers. That allows mandate for healthcare workers. So the Supreme Court blocked Biden's COVID vaccine rule for companies. So thankfully, all these companies don't have to mandate all these shots to all these workers. Hopefully that can give some relief to the people working, because you don't need people not working as well as the food shortage and everything else that's happening right now. I'll leave the link to the article so you guys can check it out. Also, next with the alien disclosure. Disclosure or deception? New UFO Pentagon office divides believers. The U.S. government hasn't comprehensively studied UFOs in decades, but now not all ufologists are excited about the new Pentagon Investigative Office. It says the U.S. government is finally getting back into the UFO business, and depending on which UFO believer you ask, it's either a historic step forward to getting to the bottom of the conspiracies, or a ploy to regain control of the narrative, and possibly even prepare for interplanetary war. That is pretty spooky. That the NBC News is pretty much saying that there could possibly be interplanetary war. That's crazy. The establishment of a new office signed into law just before New Year's to study unidentified aerial phenomena has divided the loose community of activists, researchers, and pseudoscientists who hunt for proof that we are not alone in the universe. Some hail the legislation creating the new office tucked into Section 1683 of the massive National Defense Authorization Act for bringing new resources, rigor, and officialdom to the investigation of a phenomenon and potential national security threat that has long been stigmatized in a way that makes it difficult to study. Our national security efforts rely on aerial supremacy, and these phenomena present a challenge to our dominance, said Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who spearheaded the bipartisan measure. The United States needs a coordinated effort to take control and understand whether these aerial phenomena belong to a foreign government or something else altogether. It says it's been decades since Washington formally studied UFOs in any kind of comprehensive way, so one might expect the news would be cause for celebration among the so-called ufologists, but the movement has long believed the government is covering up the greatest secret in history. So many are having a hard time believing the feds want to do anything other than clamp down again after several years in which it became socially acceptable for former presidents and CIA directors to talk publicly about weird things they'd seen in the sky. On social media and forums like Above Top Secret, a hub of ufology and conspiracy theories, debates have raised about whether the new office represents the beginning of the end of the alleged cover-up or its revival. So quite interesting what the UFO community is talking about. I'll leave you guys a link for this as well. Who knows what the office is actually going to bring forward, whether it's going to be more phenomena being covered up or actually opening up and seeing what the real true source of all this phenomena is. Alright guys, next. China says it supports Russia deploying forces to Kazakhstan to quell unrest. So we got, say, China supports Russian-led forces deployed to Kazakhstan to help quell unrest. China's foreign ministry, Wang Ying, told Russian foreign ministry Sergei Levkov late on Monday in a phone call held between the two parties and summarized by Chinese state media. Wang said that China supports the Kazakhstan's president's assessment that the source of the unrest was terrorist activity. Wang added that China and Russia should oppose external forces interfering in the internal affairs of certain Central Asian countries and prevent color revolutions and the three evil forces from causing chaos, Redoubt stated. China defines the three evil forces as religious extremism, territorial succession, and violent terrorism, and has described them as the cause behind the instability of the Shanxi province. So that's quite interesting. I'll leave you guys a link to the article. As I had said before in a previous video, it wasn't a big video like this where I have all the sources and pictures, but a lot of people keep saying that they're having dreams of Chinese and Russian people invading either the United States or other countries. So heads up for you guys. Please pray for everybody who's going through shortages of food. We kind of need the prayers in this country. Please pray for the people who are going to be facing the winter storm coming up in the next couple of days. So stay prayed up and watch over each other. God bless you guys. See you guys next time.